Today, Wednesday, the 27th of November 2024, we have some hand-picked match prediction events to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our hand-picked event, which we share to members only, based on our top 10 and top 15 game predictions for 1.5 and 2.5 goals, as well as corner kick events, as well as big league events such as Champions League match prediction events, Europa League, Conference League, Premier League events, and other big league events. Then, of course, you want to make sure that you have access to the Level 2 Pro plan to start to make sure that you access all our handpicked events to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You want to make sure that you navigate and join the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. And also to those of you who want to having access to our betting class, that is our master betting class, for you to take your winning to the next level and to also make sure that you have access to our masterclass betting tutorials and also some question and answer session to brighten you up and to take you to the next level to make crucial decisions when it comes to match prediction picks and making a lot of crucial decisions to boost your winning by a greater percent. Then, of course, you want to make sure that you access the Level 3 Pro Master Plan to see how you can have access to all of these, both our masterclass match prediction tutorials, as well as question and answer session and top picks plus odds, which we are going to be sharing to members of the Level 3 Master or Level 3 Pro Master Plan. To have access to this, of course, you also want to make sure that you join as well. The link is below here. Once you click, then make sure to navigate and locate the Level 3 Pro Master and have access to this. That is Level 3 Master. At this level, you're going to have access to our betting classes, master betting classes for you, tutorials, and answer session based on some questions to brighten you up for the best match prediction and setting you aside for making good picks when it comes to finding your games to include in your sleep. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of today's list. Looking at this, we're looking at the first event here in the Asia AFC Champions League, a match between Yokohama playing against Pohang. Looking at this, the recent performance of Yokohama have performed very greatly, scoring 2, 3, 4 goals and even 5 goals per each event. The performance of its opponent, on the other hand, is not that very great. They do concede a lot, and you can see that the home team is actually from the Japan, as you can see here, J1 League, while its opponent is from the Korea, as you can see, K League, as you can see, South Korea 1. And looking at the recent game played of these two, of course, the home team have had strong match play especially in the AFC Champions League against Buriram, where they had a lead. Its opponent has also had games also in the AFC Champions League against Shandong Taishan, and 4-2 was recorded. Looking at the stands comparison of these two based on recent events they have had, of course, I will share with you the stand table, and you're going to see here that Yokohama is actually the favorite, sitting on the third place. They've had 4 events recently, and you can see that 2 wins have been recorded, scoring 14 goals and conceding 9. The offensive power of Yokohama is very strong, and looking at its opponent, on the other hand, they are not as offensive as Yokohama, and the defense is not that very tight. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, the home team, Yokohama, have proved to be more offensive. And since the defense of its opponent is not that very tight, we want to look at Yokohama to lead this match in full time as one of the major picks, or just looking at the possibility of Yokohama to score over 1 goal or totally 1.5 goal in full time for this event. That we will have 3 major picks. 1, Yokohama to lead. 2, the possibility of Yokohama to score 1 goal over. In other words, if it does not exceed 1, we have a refund for it. But if it does exceed 1, we have that odd. And thirdly, 1.5 goal for this event in full time. Looking here, the next, we'll look at Armenia in the Premier League, a match between Alasket against Ararat Armenia. Looking at this, of course, the performance of Alasket, which is the home, have proved to be very conceding. conceding 3, 2, and 4 goals per each event. The defense is not that very good, but that of Ararat Armenia, on the other hand, proved to be very offensive, scoring between 3 and 4 goals per each event, as you can see here. Looking at the stand performance or comparison of these two in terms of their form based on the home and away game played, Ararat Armenia, which is the favorite here, proved to sit on the second place, scoring 12 goals in 5 matches and conceding 3 shows that they are offensive and very defensive. But that of the home performance of Alasket, on the other hand, you're going to see that the defensive power of Alasket here is weak, conceding 13 goals for 5 events played. This makes us to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, Ararat Armenia, which is the away team, have the upper hand in terms of offense. And since the defense of the home is not that very tight, and of course, the offense is also that average for the home team, we want to look at Ararat, the away team, to take advantage of its strong defense to see how they can lead in this match by taking advantage of the weak defense of the home. Therefore, we look at Ararat Armenia to lead as one of the possibility, as well as at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time are our two major picks. Looking at the next, we look here in the Cambodia CPL match between SV Ring against Live FC. For this particular event, the home team have proved that they are good in terms of goal scoring. Looking at the away team as well, of course, you can see that the defensive power, they prove to be very conceding up to 10 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals per each event based on recent game they have had. Comparing these two in terms of form, based on recent gameplay they have had, you're going to see that, of course, based on home play, the home team, as you can see here, proved here that they sit on a better place, very offensive. Having played 5 events recently, they have had all the 5 lead, scoring 23 goals and conceding 3. But the opponent, on the other hand, proved that the offensive power is not as great as compared to that of the home. As you can see here, the offense is just 3 for 5 gameplay. That is very weak, and the defense is just very weak. And looking at the fact that the defense of the away is very weak, we want to look at two major picks in this event in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, the home team offense is very, very strong, and the defense is also very strong. But the defense of the away here is very weak, and its offense is just almost 0. And looking at the fact that the defense of the away is just that very weak, we want to look at the home to take advantage of this weak defense to lead in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 or 2 goals over to occur for this particular match in full time. Therefore, we look at the home to lead 1.5 goal in full time as the next possible pick in this event. The next here, we looked at Czech Republic in the third league, a match between Ústí nad Labem playing against Bronzany. For this event, both of the two sides proved that the duo scored, as you can see, 3, 7, 1 goal per each event. That of the opponent, on the other hand, also scored, and they do concede. Comparing the stands for these two in terms of form, recent games they have had, of course, we are going to see that based on this comparison of form, these two teams, based on the stands, especially Ústí nad Labem, proved to have a very great offense. But looking at its form based at home, you're going to see that the defensive power is very, very strong. That is 5 games played, all the lead, and 17 goals scored. They have not considered any, a very strong defensive team. But looking at that of the away based on the opponent, you're going to see that the defense is not as tight as that of the home. You can see conceding 6 for 5 events. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, the home offense is very tight, and that is the home offense is very strong, and the defense is also very tight. But the defense of the away is not that very tight, but the offense is not strong. Therefore, we want to look at the home to take advantage of its very, very high offense to lead in full time, or having at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Therefore, look at least 1.5 goal in full time, or the home to lead in full time based on the rating of offense and defense. Looking here at the next, we look at Germany in the Regional Liga North, a match between Werder Bremen against Phoenix Lübeck. For this, Werder Bremen proved to be also offensive, even though they do concede as well, as you can see, scoring 3, conceding 2, scoring 3, conceding 2. The opponent, on the other hand, also scored and do concede 2, concede 2, score 2, concede 3, score 1, and score 3. They are also good at offense. And looking at the stands comparison of these two in terms of form, you're going to see that here, the stands performance of these two proved that One of it, especially Werder Bremen here, the defense is very slack, and the offense of Phoenix, on the other hand, is tough. They're looking at the home play and away comparison. You're going to see that for Werder Bremen, based on home performance, it proves that they do score at least 2 goals per game, and the conceding power is that not very tight. And that of the away, as you can see here, Phoenix Lubeck also proved that, of course, based on recent event they have had, they have a good score rate, and the defense is not also very tight. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides prove to have a good offense, and the defense is not very tight. As a result, there will be more impression rate, shoot on and off target, resulting to goals. Therefore, goals possibility is one of the best option here. That is 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over is our two major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we'll look at Europe in the Champions League, a match between Liverpool against Real Madrid. The stand performance of these two, especially Liverpool, in its Premier League itself, have proved that they are very good, and they also recently had the game in the Champions League against Leverkusen, where they lead by 4-0. Real Madrid also, on the other hand, also proved to be good in terms of recent event they have had, and they have also had games in the Champions League against Dortmund, as you can see here, in the Champions League against Dortmund, 5-2, and also against AC Milan, you can see 1-3. These two teams are of good strength. And looking at the form comparison based on the stance of this particular table, these are two teams of good stance base. You can see Liverpool here proved to be the favorite. They are very offensive and defensive. Real Madrid also, on the other hand, they are also good at offense, and the defense not that very tight. But these are two tough teams coming to meet each other, fighting to see how they can have a good place. As a result, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, both of the two sides have proved to be very amazing, especially in their various league. They are coming to meet here, and based on the form of their league itself, like, for example, the home team and the away team in their various league prove that they are very, very good in terms of goals performance. As a result, they will still bring that same form here, resulting to the possibility of more impression rate, shoot on and off target, resulting to goals. Therefore, we want to look at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time as one of the major pick or 2 goals over. Looking at the next here, we'll look at Europe in the Champions League, Celtic against Club Brugge. For these two teams, of course, Celtic have proved to be very offensive based on recent events they have had, especially in the Scotland Premiership itself. Comparing that of Club Brugge, on the other hand, in the Belgium Jupiter Pro League, the offensive power is also very great. The stand performance of these two in terms of recent events they have had based on standing on this particular tournament have proved that these two teams, Celtic sit on the 15th position, while Club Brugge on the next, that is on the 22nd position. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, these two teams are teams of great strength when it comes to corner kick event. And the fact that Celtic is a great corner kick team, also Club Brugge, on the other hand, is also a great corner kick team. And since these two are coming to meet, they want to fight for each other to see how they can secure points, resulting to good offense and defense. Therefore, shoot on and off target will be high here, resulting to blocks that will lead to corner kicks. Therefore, want to look at least 6.5 corner kicks or 7.5 corners for this event in full time, or looking at Celtic, which is the home team, to score at least over 2.5 corners or 3 corners for this event in full time. Looking here, the next, we'll look at Champions League, this time Monaco against Benfica. And looking at every comparison, we have made every possible checks, resulting to the stands and checking the two in terms of gameplay. Of course, these two teams, especially Benfica, which is the away team, have been proved to be a good corner kick team. And as a result, we want to look at Benfica for corner in this particular event. So we have two major picks here. For this particular event, we want to look at Benfica to score over 2 corner in this event, or 2.5 corner kicks. That is 3 corner kick for Benfica alone, because it is high offensive team in terms of corner kick due to its high rate of shoot off target and on target as well. That will be blocked by Monaco, which proved to be defensive. Therefore, look at Benfica having over 2.5 corners or 3 corners in this event in full time. Looking at the next year, we looked at still in the Champions League, this time PSV against Shakhtar Donetsk. For this particular event, PSV have proved to be a very offensive team based on recent events they have had in the Eredivisie itself, and also in the Champions League against Girino, where they proved to be good. The opponent, on the other hand, have also had games, especially in the Champions League as well, against Young Boys, where they have a lead. But of course, the away team is from the Ukraine Premier League, but this home team, PSV, is from Eredivisie. Looking at the recent stand of these two comparisons, you're going to see that PSV, which is the home team here, proved to be a team which is the favorite team sitting on the 24th position. And Shakhtar Donetsk, on the other hand, the defense is not very strong. But looking at the gameplay based at home, everything points to be the favorite of PSV, and they've also proved it based on the gameplay they have recently had. You can see PSV have had 2 games at home, 5 goals scored, 1 goal conceded, good offense and very good defense. But that of the performance of Shakhtar, on the other hand, have proved that based on the way you can see here, the defensive power here also proved that they are not very tight based on 2 game play. And looking here at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, we want to look at PSV to either lead this game in full time or to give it a double chance. These are the major pick here, the double chance for the home or to give it a straight win. And of course, to those of you who want to have access to our level 3 masterclass, that is level 3 master, then you want to make sure that you go ahead to join the level 3 master plan and start to have access to our masterclass betting tutorial and session based on some question and answer session to take your winning to the next level. With this level 3 plan, you're going to have access to our master classes betting class tutorial to set you aside and ahead to others and to take advantage of this. And to those of you who want to access our handpicked events, which we share to members only, then of course, like our top 10 and top 15 list, then you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to all our handpicked events to take your winning to the next level. So we have 2 choices here that we have just recently introduced, the Level 3 Master, that enable you to have access to our betting classes and tutorials. This is a great type that you want to enroll to see how you can start having access to our master classes tutorial to take your winning to the next level. And to those of you who join the level 2, you're going to be early having access to all our top game predictions to also take your winning to the next level. So good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.